Welcome to a trip through history. Today we're going to explore the rich and diverse history of the Philippines, from its pre-colonial roots to modern-day achievements. As we delve into this fascinating topic, let's uncover the various influences that have shaped the country, from the cultural magnificence to Spanish conquistadors and beyond. 1. The Philippines was once a hub of international trade and commerce. The Philippine archipelago was already a center of world trade and commerce even before Spanish conquerors arrived. Before the arrival of the British, the pre-colonial Filipinos were shrewd businessmen who had ties to nations like China, India, and Indonesia. As a result of their commerce in a variety of items, including textiles, pottery, spices, and precious metals, the Philippines became a hub of economic activity in the area. The cultural interchange that resulted from this global trade also influenced the development of the Philippines' rich cultural legacy. 2. The Philippines had a unique cuisine that reflects its history and cultural diversity. Filipino cuisine is a unique fusion of indigenous, Spanish, Chinese, and American influences. It is a reflection of the Philippines' history and cultural diversity. The pre-colonial Filipinos had their own cuisine, which included rice, fish, and vegetables. Spanish colonization introduced new ingredients, such as pork, beef, and tomatoes, as well as cooking techniques like stewing and frying. Chinese traders brought in noodles and soy sauce, which became staples in Filipino cuisine. The American colonial period introduced fast food chains and processed food, which have now become part of the Filipino diet. Today, Filipino cuisine is recognized as one of the most diverse and flavorful in the world. Before proceeding further, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon so you can get notified when we upload the next video. 3. The Philippines played a significant role in the fight against Japanese imperialism during World War II. The Philippines made a vital contribution to the struggle against Japanese imperialism during World War II. Once the Japanese invaded the Philippines in 1942, the locals endured a time of great suffering and struggle. But Allied troops also established a base of operations in the Philippines, using it as a staging ground for their fight against the Japanese. The Battle of Lake Gulf and the Battle of Manila, two of the Pacific theater's bloodiest conflicts, both took place in the Philippines. Filipinos throughout this time made sacrifices that paved the way for the eventual freedom and independence of the nation. 4. The Philippines has a rich tradition of music and dance. Filipino culture has always been deeply rooted in music and dance. At religious and cultural celebrations, the pre-colonial Filipinos frequently performed their own indigenous music and dance. The guitar and the piano were among the new musical instruments brought by Spanish colonialism that eventually formed a part of Filipino music. New musical genres, such as jazz and swing, were introduced by American colonization and combined with native Filipino music to produce new genres like kundiman and harana. Filipino dance and music are still evolving, with many genres and forms illuminating the nation's rich cultural past. The complex footwork and vivacious beat of the tinikling, a traditional Filipino dance, are well recognized around the world. 5. The Philippines was home to a complex society before the arrival of Spanish colonizers. Contrary to common assumption, before the Spaniards arrived, civilization in the Philippines was not primitive. In fact, the pre-colonial Philippines was home to a complex and sophisticated society with its own political, economic, and cultural systems. Each chiefdom and sultanate within the Philippines had its own governing class and social structure. Trade networks linked the many islands in the archipelago together, as well as with other nations like China and India. The Baybayin writing system, as well as the pre-colonial Filipinos' respective faiths and philosophical systems, were all unique to them. 6. The Philippines was colonized by 3 different powers. During the course of its history, the Philippines has been colonized by 3 separate nations: Spain, the United States, and Japan. Throughout the period from 1565 to 1898, Spain colonized the Philippines. Spanish colonizers brought religion, the Spanish language, and Western education to the Philippines during this period. Following the Spanish-American War in 1898, the United States occupied the Philippines for more than 50 years. Significant changes were brought about in the Philippines during the American colonial era, including the adoption of English as the primary language of teaching, the foundation of a democratic government, and the building of public facilities like roads and bridges. Intense suffering resulted during the Japanese occupation of the Philippines from 1942 to 1945 during World War II. 7. The Philippines is the only predominantly Christian country in Asia. The religious diversity of the Philippines is one of its most distinctive historical features. With almost 86% of the people identifying as Roman Catholic, the Philippines is the only country in Asia that is mainly Christian. This is a result of the nation's lengthy history of Spanish colonization, which saw the introduction and spread of Catholicism across the archipelago. There are currently many different religions coexisting in the Philippines, including Catholicism, Protestantism, Islam, and other faiths. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like these.